Hey, welcome back in just 5 minutes till the end of the show. It's last call, closing time, anything you want to call it. Frank and I, another wonderful show. We toast to that. Dow Jones Industrial Average recovering from this morning, down about 80 points, still holding above that 27,000 number. And Bitcoin up 830 bucks at 10.5, holding 27 and 10 through tomorrow's close on both will be a nice thing for the market. What's not a nice thing, or you know what, it is a nice thing. Today, in the WTF, the What the Facts segment, it's not the two people most near and dear to my heart, my two daughters. It's my most favorite co-host and producer, Frank Morano, back to grill me.
Well, not very much that you got wrong today, John, but
Excellent.
there were a couple of errors.
Excellent.
One, I do have to mention, you cited Rand Paul's opposition to the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund as being based on not wanting to add to the deficit. Now, he didn't say that at all. What he did do is cite the $22 trillion debt. And what you did, John, so many Americans do on a daily basis, which is there's so much confusion over the deficit and the debt. And by you mischaracterizing Senator Paul's position, you only added to that confusion.
Well, I can understand that, but I mean, it is the deficit that creates more debt because we're deficit spending.
That's true.
And he wants to, he's talking about...
He wants offsets.
He wants offsets.
Okay, now,
right.
The other one...
Did we clarify that? Because we always want our audience at home to learn something, not just give Frankie a free chance to take pot shots at me.
The other thing I have to mention, it bears repeating, and I'm glad John Burnett was here in the politics panel, because he was too polite to correct you directly, but he corrected you with his answer to your question. So the big story today, and this is on the front page of progressive newspapers like the New York Daily News, isn't the fact that Bill de Blasio has made the Democratic primary debate. It's not even the fact that he's raised $1 million. It's where that money has come from. All of Bill de Blasio's money, at least the overwhelming amount of it, has come from people that do business with New York City. So Bill de Blasio is continuing to do what he's been accused of doing as mayor, which is selling out government for his own political ambition. So you didn't really make that clear that de Blasio's money was being funded by people that do business with the city. But John Burnett did allude to that.
Do we have anything in New York like the emoluments, like he's enriching himself because of his mayorship and he's going to people who do business with New York City and saying, throw money in my presidential campaign? Right. Can we get him there somehow? Is Ron Lauder out there? You spent millions and millions of dollars for different referendums, for term limits and all this other stuff. Can we get somebody to help us and get a set of standards from Governor Cuomo? Hey, Governor Cuomo, what do we have to prove to you to remove de Blasio from office?
Right, so, and again, we could talk about this more tomorrow because it's a lengthy conversation, but the mayor has almost unilateral control over $90 billion. Now, the city council gets to control a little bit of it, but almost all the $90 billion city budget is controlled by the mayor. So all these people that want a piece of that $90 billion, they're giving them $2,800 here, $2,500 there, and then the mayor was asked, well, what if someone you found out after you got their contribution that they were doing business with the city? He didn't even say he'd return it. But my last correction for you, John, has to do with the segment that we just did with Scott Lebedo. You indicated that when you asked him a question, you teed him up for a question, you were going to sit back and eat some popcorn. Well, you didn't do that. You sat back and ate some brownie brittle. Now, words have meaning. And snacks have consequences. You were not eating popcorn, and people shouldn't assume just because that you said you were, that you were.
Snacks have consequences.
They do.
Is today National Hot Dog Day? That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
What do we have today? Is there anything good?
It's sour candy day.
Sour candy day.
Yeah.
So it's like Airheads, like the sour grape flavor, like that stuff? Sour candy?
Yes, that's right.
That's all we got today?
That's all we got.
The research team can't. We have any birthdays or anything today? Anything?
No. Oh, Vin Diesel's birthday today, apparently.
Vin Diesel,
and
not that important. Any big movies coming out this week? I know you have Jeffrey Lyons on your other show sometimes. Anything big coming out this week? Summer release?
I don't think there's anything people are too excited about. Spider-Man continues to be at the top of the box office charts, even though it's out a couple of weeks already.
Is this Spider-Man or is this the Mike Tyson take on Spider-Man? Spider-Man. Did you see that meme? I love that. I love that meme out there. Did you see that or no?
I didn't. I missed that actually. But if folks are out there, I definitely want to encourage you to follow me on Twitter at Frank Morano. That's Frank Morano. You'll be able to read my reaction to the live NBA draft style drawing of which Democratic candidates are in which debate, which CNN is actually going to be broadcasting live. So.
Meme of the day that someone sent me yesterday. I want to thank all of our viewers and listeners for always sending me great emails. Imagine legally entering another country and being angry that the detention centers weren't up to your standards.